I'm just an ordinary citizen of the state of Iowa. I was born in the bordering county of Guthrie County, and my dad had a harness and leather working shop. And that was when horses were used on the farms. And we're only there for a couple of years, moved into Dallas Center. Much of my life was lived from the south edge of Dallas Center was where the schoolhouse was, and the north edge is where our house was. I had 3 brothers and 2 sisters. My mother was a very strong Christian lady, and she imparted that to us boys in a very stern way, and which has been a tremendous help in my life. I was 12 years old when I was first baptized. I was baptized in the Raccoon River, 4 miles west of Dallas Center, just off of the highway at the bridge. The experiences from my childhood are working, because on the farm we could milk cows, at any age about. And so I grew up working on the farm, not chasing around much until we began to get our own cars, and then we did what the young people do, get in the car and go. I had a friend, Kenneth Hallbaker was his name, and we were driving around, and at front porch of a house, there was a young lady sitting there with an older lady sitting with her. And I stopped there, and he said, "What are we stopping here for?" And I said, "Well, Kenneth, let's see if she wants to go over to Riverview." And we drove over there, and I made a date with her for the next week, and we just kind of continued dating along. I think I told her who I was and asked her if she wanted to go to Riverview. And I don't remember what she said, but apparently it worked. And so for, 50 years, we were married. Her name was Helen, and her parents went to a little country church, Shiloh Bible Church. She played the piano. We helped in the singing and the church work. They had me teach a Sunday school class and involved me in the church and let my life be directed by the principles of the Christian life. I had an aunt that had some means, and I told her that I needed to start up farming. We were going to get married, but I need to borrow $3,000 to get started farming, because my mother had inherited 80 acres over in Guthrie County, and I could start on that 80 acres, start up farming for $3,000. And that's what we did. And I paid her back slowly. I bought a Alice Chalmers tractor, a plow, 2-bottom plow, and a 2-row cultivator that mounted on the tractor. I had neighbors that hired their plowing done, and I plowed up to midnight at night to get enough money to pay for my gas. And we made a living on that and sold eggs, and I milked 3 or 4 or 5 cows, whatever were fresh. We moved several times. We moved to increase our size and our ability to create funds. And we lost our first child. And that that was a difficult time, really. As a baby, we lost a baby. But 3 kids, and I have 8 grandchildren of my own. Great grandkids, too. I served on the school board for many years, and I had the opportunity to serve as a county supervisor for 8 years here. I've seen people with desperate needs in their lives, and the mental health thing got to be something that I found out that I could be a part of. We had for the county, for West Central Mental Health, I worked in that, chaired it, and we got that going, and we helped the mental health program in a tremendous way. This is something that I think quite strongly about. I wish we could do more for them. I served here on the Lutheran board and was very happy to do that. So here we are. We have a facility that takes me back to my West Central mental health days, and is really serving the community very well. I'm skipping most of my life because it's not important, really. Life is made up of a heart of love for others. And so it's not that we don't care for ourselves and love ourselves, but we need to learn to love others. And that's more important than all the money that you can pile up anywhere on this earth. Well, I think it's just about supper time.